Have you ever felt that your life needs more serenity, harmony, and spiritual connection? Many times, we forget to find equilibrium inside ourselves as we are so engrossed in the daily grind. But at the core of Buddhism, there are objects that go beyond mere symbolism. They are doors to old knowledge that might change our perspective on the world and ourselves. Imagine waking up every morning and staring at a basic thing in your house and experiencing peace and great inspiration. These objects offer actual instruments for developing peace, wisdom, and self-knowledge. Let's investigate together today the 10 most symbolic things in Buddhism and their great spiritual connotations. Every one of them has a different message meant for us to consider our spiritual and personal paths. With its vibrations, a Tibetan bowl can aid to relax the mind. Alternatively, the Wheel of Dharma represents the road towards enlightenment. These artifacts are more than just beautiful. They carry millennia of wisdom that links generations in quest of equilibrium. This movie is for you whether your interests are in inner peace or just curiosity about the spiritual richness of Buddhism. You are a serious practitioner or otherwise. We will discover the secret meanings behind these artifacts and how you may include them into your daily life to find times of peace and inspiration among daily activities. The wonderful thing is that at the end of this film you will not only know about these artifacts but also useful techniques to include more spirituality into your everyday life. So remain with me and see how the small act of incorporating one of these objects into your life could entirely alter your viewpoint. Should we set upon this spiritual trip together? Get a cup of tea, inhale deeply, then let these age-old lessons lead you to harmony and balance. All set to begin? Let us then go. Spiritual guides on the road to enlightenment. The Eye of Buddha and the Wheel of Dharma. Human people have been trying to make sense of life and discover meaning in their existence from ancient times. Within Buddhism, this road is represented by the Wheel of Dharma, Dharma Chakra, among the most potent and holy symbols. Still, what precisely does this wheel stand for? And how might it shape your spiritual path? The Wheel of Dharma captures the core of Buddha's teachings rather than only a religious insignical. Its 8 spokes stand for the Noble Eightfold Path, a collection of fundamental ideas for attaining enlightenment. The outer circle reflects the perfection of truth. For anyone looking for inner development, these ideas provide a spiritual roadmap including ethical behavior, wisdom, and meditation. Consider the wheel as a spiritual compass. Buddhist practitioners utilize this emblem as a reminder that life is an ongoing cycle of learning and change, just as a navigator depends on the compass to determine the correct direction. Every turn of the wheel reflects the movement of the Dharma in the universe, the dissemination of the ideas releasing the mind from suffering. But how might we use this idea in our daily life? One easy and effective approach to include this sign into your meditation area is a little wheel of Dharma could be a visual cue to keep concentrated on the road of inner serenity and self-discovery. The Eye of the Buddha. Vision past the visible. The Wheel of Dharma shows the path of knowledge. The Buddha's eye stands for wisdom and alertness. Often found painted atop stupas, this sharp eye is not only a decoration but also a great symbol of consciousness waking. The Buddha's eyes reflect a condition of whole focus and perfect clarity. Thus they do not blink. They stand for the capacity to see the actual character of reality, past appearances. This look reminds us in the Buddhist tradition to practice mindfulness in our words, thoughts, and deeds. See the Buddha's eye as a sort of spiritual mirror. It represents the truth only, it does not criticize. It reminds us of the need of seeing the world with more compassion and understanding by means of examining our own mind free from attachment or aversion. Think about including an image of the Eye of Buddha in your holy place if you wish to deepen your spiritual practice. It might be a little depiction on your desk, a picture, or a sculpture. Every time you view it, let yourself some time to reflect. Ask yourself, is my living sensible? Is my focus on the here now? Try this practice to add more harmony and significance to your daily life. Look at the Wheel of Dharma in the morning and form an intention grounded on the Eightfold Path. It might be something like, today I will practice right speech, avoiding words that cause damage to myself or others. Every time you feel disconnected during the day, give yourself a moment of silence to practice conscious breathing and see the image of the Buddha's eye. These little acts can change your daily schedule and provide you more presence, knowledge, peace, and tranquility. Knowing the Dharma wheels and Buddha's eye's symbolic power, how might you use them in your life? The Tibetan Bell and meditation beads, Japamala, are another intriguing aspect of Buddhist tradition that we will explore in the following section. Join us to travel further spiritually. The harmony between sound and dedication found in the Tibetan Bell and the Japamala. Though silence can be very deep, sound can also be a road to inner peace. In Buddhism, Some tools are spiritual tools meant to help the mind calm down and discover clarity rather than just items. Two outstanding illustrations of this link between music and meditation are the Tibetan Bell and the Japamala. The Tibetan Bell, the sound bringing consciousness up front. Consider your head like a lake. Should you toss a stone into it, the water waves. This is also true of our ideas. They come and go, usually diverting us from the here now and causing disturbance. The sound of the Tibetan bell brings back clarity and peace by functioning as a soft breeze calming the lake's surface. In Buddhism, this bell invites awakening rather than only serves as a musical instrument. Its strong and sustained sound stands for the mental illusion's disintegration and the restoration to whole presence. The bell reminds many monks and practitioners to be here and now, so they mark the start and finish of their meditations with it. Apart from its spiritual purpose, the Tibetan bell finds application in sound therapy to encourage emotional healing and energy balance. Its frequencies are well recognized to help lower stress, boost focus, even ease physical pain. Before beginning any meditation session, softly ring the bell to enjoy its advantages. Let the sound fill the surroundings. Focus on it until it vanishes totally. This will enable you to establish a transitional ritual that tells your mind it is time to retreat into solitude and contemplation. Japamala, mantra's path. Should the Tibetan bell be the sound waking the consciousness, the Japamala is the thread guiding focus to the present. Reciting mantras from this ancient instrument, a necklace of beads helps the practitioner to keep intention and focus throughout meditation. Usually using 108 beads, a holy number in many spiritual traditions, the Japamala, every bead stands for a cycle of mantra repetition that produces a meditative rhythm to aid in mental clarity and focus. The Japamala lets Buddhist and Hindu practitioners connect with the holy by sound repetition, much as a rosary is used in Christian traditions for prayer. Still, the power of the Japamala transcends official application. One might use it as a daily reminder of your spiritual path. Some carry it on their wrist or neck and touch whenever they need some peace and connectedness. Choose a mantra that speaks to you if you wish to attempt Japamala meditation. It might be a classic mantra like Om Mani Padme Hum, or even a brief word or phrase with significance like peace or gratitude. Recite the mantra, hold a bead between your fingers, then proceed to the next one, repeating the process until you have gone completely around the necklace. This little technique can change your meditation practice by assisting the mind to settle and become more fully submerged in the present moment experience. Combing the two, sound and devotion. Though they have diverse applications, the Tibetan bell and the Japamala have one in common. They enable the heart open to the divine and the mind to concentrate. Many customs mix the two in the same rite, ringing the bell to signal the beginning of meditation and keeping the practices flow by means of the Japamala. Try mixing these two components if you wish to create a surroundings more fit for meditation. Clear the energy surrounding you starting with the bell, then submerge yourself in chanting the mantras with the Japamala. These artifacts will stop being only outside tools over time and start to be inside bridges to serenity and clarity, guiding you on your spiritual trip. Understanding the significance of the Tibetan bell and the Japamala, how would you like to try these things in your own spiritual practice? The following section will look at another intriguing symbol: singing bowls and mandalas. Join us on this path of learning going forward. A consistent hand moves the stick around the singing bowl's edge to produce an ethereal sound that permeates the space. The water in the bowl moves gently with every resonance and concentric waves. Not far away, expert fingers perfectly lay small grains of colored sand on a flawless surface. The mandala gradually forms, displaying captivating patterns that seem to pulse in unison with the bowl's continual sound. Mandalas and singing bowls, sound and form as doors to the sacred. The universe shows its harmony in form as much as in sound. Some of the components in Buddhism and other spiritual traditions are active tools for transformation rather than only symbols. Of these, singing bowls and mandalas hold a particular position since they enable the mind to match tranquility, order, and the natural flow of life. Singing bowls, the sound healing and motivating agent. For a moment, close your eyes and picture a calm lake. Imagine now little ripples spreading over the surface as a drop gently settles into the water. This picture is the ideal one to grasp how the singing bowls affect our body and psyche. When struck with a wooden or leather staff, these bowls, made of a unique mix of metals, emote deeply in harmonic frequencies. The resultant music not only sounds good to the ears but also directly affects our mental condition. Deeply penetrating, the vibration helps to remove tension, ease anxiety, and induce more profound meditative states. Furthermore, acknowledged in science is this power. Research on sound treatment find that singing bowls frequencies activate brain waves linked to mental clarity and relaxation. It makes sense that these bowls find great use in yoga, meditation, and healing sessions. One practical advice is to try singing bowls before beginning your meditation. Close your eyes and focus on the sound to let your mind to become present and peaceful. Holding the bowl in your hands and experiencing its vibration travel through your body will help you if you're feeling overwhelmed or nervous practically magically. Mandalas, the universe in art form. Mandalas ask us to see and consider. The music of the singing bowl urges us to listen and feel. The Sanskrit term mandala is circle or universe, and this connotation exactly captures their core. Mandalas are visual depictions of the whole cosmos and the connectivity of all things, not only geometric forms. Every mandala has symmetrical designs that reflect universal harmony, therefore guiding the mind toward balance and organization. Monks in Tibetan Buddhism spend days or even weeks building sand mandalas, only to destroy them at the end, so signifying the transience of life. This approach helps us to realize that forms of attachment are false as everything in the cosmos is always changing. Mandalas are more than just sand-made creations. Paintings, needlework, mosaics, even natural patterns like the shape of flowers and seashells can all feature them. When we consider a mandala, our mind is inevitably guided to a condition of clarity and concentration. Try drawing or coloring a geometric pattern to create your own mandalas and feel the power of these forms. Another method is to just focus on a completed mandala during meditation so that its symmetrical form may merge with your consciousness. Combining sound and form. The group work, though each singing bowl and mandalas serves a different purpose, taken together they provide a strong meditative experience. While the mandala acts as a focal point, therefore strengthening introspection, the sound of the bowls melts distractions and adjusts the mind to the present. Try the following task if you like to experiment this combo. Sit first in a peaceful area in front of a mandala. Then softly touch the singing bowl and focus on the sound until it vanishes into the air. Third, fix your attention on the mandala, inhale deeply, then let your mind to absorb its patterns. Fourth, keep going, listening to the sound then thinking about the mandala in alternation. This approach will not only deepen your meditation but also assist to produce a condition of great relaxation and mental clarity. Knowing the value of singing bowls and mandalas, how may you include them into your program? The next section will look at additional amazing spiritual artifacts that could change your daily activities. Go with us on this road of self-awareness and harmony. Symbols of enlightenment and rebirth, the lotus flower and the Buddha statue, some symbols on the spiritual road cut over time and culture and serve as lighthouse of inspiration for people looking for inner peace and enlightenment. Of these symbols, the lotus flower and the Buddha statue hold particular significance since they stand for spiritual awakening, peace, and metamorphosis. Spiritual blossom. Lotus flower, consider a bloom developing in a dirty lake. Though the water is muddy and full of pollutants, it rises to the surface and blossoms in perfect splendor without a single drop of mud tiling its petals. This is the core of the lotus flower, a strong reminder that we could overcome obstacles and discover purity even in the most trying circumstances. Within Buddhism, the lotus represents spiritual development and enlightenment as well as rebirth. We also go through challenges and lessons before we reach mental and emotional clarity, same as the flower must pass muck to get sunshine. Moreover, the varied tones of lotus blossoms have connotations: white, spiritual excellence and purity; pink, representing the Buddha's path to enlightenment, pink is his highest flower; blue, knowledge and control over earthly wants; red, love, empathy and an open heart. Try including lotus images or sculptures in your meditation area if you wish to carry this vitality into your daily life. If you have a garden, cultivating lotuses, or water lilies, can serve as a continual reminder of development and rejuvenation. Meditating by envisioning a lotus blooming inside your heart will help you to symbolize your spiritual development. The Buddha statue, the enlightenment present. A Buddha statue serves purposes beyond than decoration. His image is a physical reminder of the tranquility, compassion, and knowledge we can all reach, a sign of perfect peace. Different stances and gestures abound in Buddha sculptures, each with great importance. Buddha meditating reflects on and the quest of inner illumination. Teaching Buddha Dharma denotes the passing on of spiritual lessons. Maitreya, the Buddha of compassion, stands for human love and hope. With one hand raised, Buddha of protection, Abhya Mudra, exudes bravery and the release of fear. A Buddha statue in a space creates peace and could motivate daily meditation and mindfulness practices. Select a Buddha figure that speaks to your spiritual direction. Set it on a designated spot in your house, perhaps an altar or garden. Use that moment every time you look at it to inhale deeply and re-establish connection with your inner serenity. Organizing the symbols. Designing a sacred space together, the lotus flower and the Buddha statue provide a perfect scene for a harmonic meditation place. Try if you wish to foster peace and introspection too. Arranging a Buddha statue in your meditation area could be in a tranquil garden or within the house. Add photos or lotus flowers. If you do not have an actual flower, a lotus painting or sculpture can arouse the same symbolic meaning. Lighting a candle or incense in front of the monument will help to establish a concentration and peace ritual. Use this area for daily reflections. Even a few minutes of stillness or mantra reciting would be quite helpful. The lotus flower and the Buddha statue serve as both practice tools and symbols, reminding us that enlightenment is not something far off. Rather, it is a daily process of development and self-awareness. After we have discussed these two strong symbols, in the next part we will examine more Buddhist sacred aspects that could provide even more inspiration and balance to your life. Continue on this road. On a mountainside, vibrant flags move in time with the faint melody of the breeze. Above them, the blue sky stretches forever, broken only occasionally by light clouds that highlight the enormity and spirituality of the scene. A golden dorje starts to rotate gently in darkness, reflecting light rays with every turn. Its great luminosity shows the depth of its holy meaning among the low light. Blessings on the wind and spiritual strength, the prayer flags in the dorje vajra. Deep symbols abound in Tibetan Buddhism that show the link between the human trip and the divine. Of these components, prayer flags and the dorje vajra have particular meaning. The dorje represents impenetrable spiritual strength as the flags broadcast blessings and prayers across the wind. Prayer flags. Notes carried with the wind. Have you ever seen those vibrantly colored flags waving on Himalayan paths, monasteries, and mountains? They are messengers of the Dharma, bringing prayers and good energy to the world, far more than just bits of fabric. According to Tibetan Buddhism, the wind that touches the flags carries with it prayers of compassion, harmony, and enlightenment, therefore dispersing these vibrations over the planet. Every hue and symbol has particular meaning. Blue stands for the heavens and unbounded space. White signifies purity and air. Red about change and fire. Green linked to rejuvenation and water. Yellow stands for the soil and consistency. Usually consisting of holy mantras and images of protective deities, flags are considered as a link between the physical and spiritual spheres. Their flutter lends security and tranquility to the surroundings. Hang prayer flags on a raised location, like a balcony, garden, or window, if you wish to carry this custom into your life. In this sense, you will be radiating good intents and positive vibes to others around you every time the wind blows. O dorje vajra, the indestructible force of enlightenment. Among the most potent symbols in Tibetan Buddhism is the dorje, sometimes known as vajra in Sanskrit. Its name, thunderbolt or diamond, suggests both the indestructibility of spiritual truth and the great force of illumination. Two ends of the dorje symbolize the duality of the universe, male and female, matter and spirit, compassion and wisdom. Its focus is transcending unity, demonstrating how all conflicts vanish in actual comprehension. It is used in ceremonies alongside a bell to symbolize the sound of the Dharma resounding across the cosmos. The dorje reminds us that an awakened and unquestionable mind is the source of actual strength, not physical force. Enlightened knowledge cannot be distorted. A diamond cannot be destroyed either. Maintaining a dorje on your altar or meditation area will help you to raise your concentration and spiritual discipline. Hold it for a few minutes, considering your spiritual path, whenever you need a cue of inner strength and mental clarity. Combining the symbols means distributing energy and preserving strength. The dorje stands for the clarity and stability of the enlightened mind, while the prayer flags bring harmonize to the breeze. These symbols taken together strike the ideal mix between mobility and firmness, compassion and knowledge. Hanging prayer flags outside will help you to incorporate this energy into your daily life by letting the wind carry good energy into your house and the surroundings. Setting a dorje on your altar or desk helps you to remember your spiritual power and the harmony between stability and vitality. Carry a little dorje as your personal amulet whenever you need some time for introspection or bravery. Establish a little routine whereby, when you place fresh flags, you make a particular intention or prayer, therefore tying in with the greater significance of this deed. These symbols are doors to spirituality and relationship with the universe, not only beautiful objects. Including them into your daily activities helps you to always be reminded of your path, your inner strength, and the need of using positive energy to influence the planet. After knowing the meaning of prayer flags and dorje, the next step will be to investigate additional Buddhist holy objects that might offer even more harmony and inspiration to your life. Keep on this spiritual road. The Om mantra, the Vajra and bell, harmony between sound and wisdom. At the core of Buddhism and many spiritual traditions, sound is viewed as a holy power able to raise awareness and change the surrounding energy. Among the several spiritual sounds, the Om mantra is regarded as the most strong and primordial. The Vajra, dorje, and the bell together show the ideal harmony between wisdom and compassion. The Om mantra, or sound of the universe. Have you ever felt the energy reverberating within your body while you chanted Om? This sound represents the whole of life rather than only a word. It is a frequency. Om is thought to be the primal sound of the universe, the vibration from whence all creation expressed in Buddhism and Hinduism. Correct chanting harmonizes body, mind, and spirit, therefore giving mental clarity and a great degree of inner calm. There are 3 tones to the Om. A stands for birth and creation, thereby reflecting the awakened condition. Uj stands for continuation and preservation connected with the dream state. Denotes dissolution and return to the origin in connection with the deep sleep condition. Correct pronunciation of the mantra Om activates energy centers and supports inner equilibrium by resonating all over the body. Try chanting Om either at the start or finish of your meditation. Sit comfortable, close your eyes and gently, deliberately say the mantra. Focus on the vibration and see how it induces great calm. The bell and the Vajra, dorje, union of method and wisdom. In Tibetan Buddhism, rituals and contemplative activities frequently combine the bell with the Vajra, dorje. This mix shows the junction of the 2 fundamental facets of the spiritual road. The bell, gunta, stands for transcendental wisdom, the knowledge that releases the mind from illusion and produces enlightenment. One could regard its sound as the expression of ultimate truth. The dorje, Vajra, stands for technique, compassion, and moral behavior. Its form suggests the rigidity and indestructibility of the enlightened intellect. Together, they indicate that knowledge by itself is insufficient. It must be used with wisdom and compassion to strike the ideal balance between understanding and action. In the ceremonial setting, the practitioner holds the dorje in the right hand, signifying masculine activity, and the bell in the left hand, thereby reflecting feminine knowledge. Whereas the dorje channels spiritual energy, the ringing of the bell drives ignorance away. Including these symbols into everyday work, here are some useful ideas if you wish to feel the strong energy of the Om mantra and the mix of the bell with the Vajra. Om's meditation: spend few minutes every day chanting the Om mantra, either before you go to sleep to help you relax or when you wake up and clearly start the day. Using the bell and Vajra. If you own these instruments, try holding them as you consider your spiritual path. To sign the start and finish of the meditation, gently ring the bell. Setting up a little ritual. Hold a dorje in one hand and a bell in the other anytime you sense your energy spreading. Deeply inhale, then ring the bell to allow the sound envelop the room and your head. Reciting mantras apart than Om, you might mix the practice with other Buddhist chants, such Om Mani Padme Hum, which calls for enlightenment and compassion. The spiritual road is about harmonizing knowledge and action, wisdom and compassion, much as the sound of Om resonates throughout the world and the bell echoes, eliminating illusions. Including these components into your daily life will help you not only create a place of tranquility and focus but also be tuning your energy to the vibratory force of the universe and the Dharma's equilibrium. Knowing the profundity of Om and Vajra and bell, let's now investigate the next stage of the road, so arming your spiritual connection with even more tools. Including Buddhist wisdom into your life is great. We investigate 10 holy Buddhist objects, each with great spiritual significance, along this path. They are strong instruments for changing our environment, heart, and mind, not only relics or symbols. Every one of them imparts a useful lesson. The wheel of Dharma reminds us of the road to enlightenment. The eye of the Buddha calls for knowledge and alertness. Japamala and the Tibetan Bell enable us to enter into intensive meditation. Mind and spirit are harmonic in the singing bowls and mandalas. The Buddha statue and the Lotus Flower stand for development and peace. Good energy is distributed worldwide via the prayer flags and the dorje. The Om mantra and the Vajra and bell reflect relationship with the universe. The most crucial issue now, though, is which of these items most connected with you? Maybe it was the lotus flower's beauty and symbolism, which reminds us that, like it, we may grow even in the middle of difficulties. Alternatively, it might have been the Tibetan bell's profound tone, providing inner tranquility and clarity. Choose the symbol that most appeals to you, Then try including it into your daily life and see the little changes it might bring about. Final advice: to develop spirituality, you do not have to visit a far-off temple. Already effective actions towards a more harmonic daily existence are small gestures like lighting incense, singing a mantra, or just conscious breathing. We now would desire your opinion. Of these spiritual icons, which one most spoke to you? Share in the comments to help us to travel this road together. Should this material, like this video, have value for you, sign up for the channel and set the bell to run future lessons on spirituality, meditation, and harmony. See you in the forthcoming video. Till the next trip of spiritual development.